Hey, and welcome to the AKB48 Group News of the Week. This week will be a accumulation of 2 different weeks since last week I tried to do something. It didn't really work out exactly how I planned. So I decided to compile that week with this one and make it all into one. And there's a lot to cover, so let's just go ahead and start right away. Starting off with Team 8 that is going to come to America. That's right, finally another AKB team that is coming to America after a long time, it feels like. And they're coming to Anime Expo, which was sort of the best way, I guess, for a lot of members to come. But it's not a lot of members. You can see the members down below if you click on the link. It's not as much as I expected. But hey, it still is something, and that'll be for the Japan Kawaii Live, which will actually take place on July 7th at 4 p.m. at the Microsoft Theater. So be sure to go if you want to see some Team 8 and you live in America, where it could probably cost cheaper to fly towards instead of going to Japan. So I'm super excited to finally see AKB live and see exactly what they do. Until I go to Japan, then this will probably be maybe one of the only times I'll see them, unless they go to like Washington again or some other place. And especially for a group that I've been following for such a long time, this is really great news. I mean, there's other idols that are coming. Like in August, I know the Necronominal and Yanokoto Sota Mute are coming, which I'm really excited to see, but this is also AKB, and I'm excited to see all idols pretty much. Next up is AKB48 with a streaming service, which will actually have TV shows, it'll have showrooms, and it'll have documentaries and concerts on it. Right now there isn't a lot of stuff, they're still on the starting ground. Like showroom is a little backed up right now, like they have like not that recent stuff. TV shows, they don't have all the TV shows, and they have a lot of concerts though, so if you haven't seen concerts, there's like exclusive Team 8 and like SKE concerts, so that would be a good way to check that out. I tried looking at it through the VPN, and I think that's the best bet because it is Japan only, so go through a VPN for that. I mean, there's other cool stuff like raffles to go to the theater show, but if you live outside of Japan, it's kind of hard to get. And next up, let's talk about the new music video that came out for Teacher Teacher from AKB48. Honestly, the biggest thing and what probably distracted me the most from a lot of stuff was that mountain shot. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I actually made fun of it. Go and search for it. It's basically the music video of them spinning and then like a kid falling off being super dizzy. Go ahead and check that out. You can follow me at Mr. Joshbox. So, music video, I liked it overall. I feel like the music really didn't help out the music video. I felt like it could have been any other song really. I feel like it wasn't really geared toward that. Although I did like the more K-pop vibe, which the song kind of goes for anyway. But again, that mountain shot just really distracted me. And next up is AKB48's Team 8 with the 4th lap trailer, which is actually for the documentary that is going to be on YouTube. So go ahead and check that out down below for when it comes out. And there's also other cool stuff on the AKB48's channel. It's even like Nozawa Rena's there. We have other members who do their own little series there. Go ahead and check it out. Look through different videos and you'll see some cool stuff in there. Some other cool stuff is NMB48 going to do more auditions for their 6th gen. They'll be accepting applicants until the end of this month. So, I mean, if you fall under the conditions like you're 11 to 22 years old and in Japan, then I'd try applying. But that's not the only cool thing with members. Actually, SKE48 is going to promote their Kenyuuseis to actual members. So pretty exciting for the members actually being official members now. I can't even imagine that feeling of going over there and then like being announced that you're actually a member now. It must be pretty exciting. As we heard about a couple weeks ago, NGT did their 2nd gen audition, and now we finally have a select members who are actually going to be joining NGT48. This will be 19 people, and that's actually thanks to Niigata City, who, I don't know if they funded it, but they had a big help in this. And it's pretty funny because in the article, it actually says that they need to ask the parents to see if it's okay for these members to join, which I kind of imagine they probably should have done that maybe in the 2nd round of audition process. Waiting till now, it seems kind of, but then again, we did see that happen with other groups, even with like Sakamichi series happen. Next, let's talk about an HKT music video by the title of Aitakute Iya Naru. And this one, I thought the concept and the visuals were really cool. The song, I feel like, didn't really swell up to a big, humongous hit. I feel like it kind of went up and went back down. But yes, MV, dancing, pretty cool overall. and concept overall pretty cool. I'd watch it alone for the visuals. Like HKT looks like the main characters, or like the main villains, and then like the people in the whites kind of look like they're lackeys. It's pretty funny. I'd go watch it. It's not a funny music video, but it's funny that they went with that concept, because I think it came out pretty good. And next up, more individual members, starting off with Kashiwagi Yuki, who is going to be a brand ambassador and pretty much in catalog for a lingerie company by the name of Ravijour. I probably pronounced that super wrong, by the way. But you'll be able to see different images and along with the catalog that she's in down below. I mean, nothing really wrong to say here, right? Next up is with Team 8 member Yamada Nanami, who is going to be starring, that's right, starring as the lead actress in a movie by the title of The Exorcist Nurse. At least that's the translated one. Kurogan will actually be more of a horror theme, if you couldn't tell by the title, Exorcist Nurse. And it should be released this summer, and there's actually a trailer down below. I don't really get a horror vibe from this. I think that has to do with the editing. Kind of seems kind of lax, and until like the very end, you kind of get like, oh, some spooky stuff might happen, but I still go check out the trailer, especially if you like this member. And next up is Goto Rara, who is going to take a break for a little bit because she wants to focus on her studies, especially for those entrance exams. I imagine that must take a lot of studying for. Hopefully she comes back and like, let me prove these guys what they missed while I was gone. And last bit of 48 news is actually a DVD that's gonna come out, and that's for Fuuko's and Fresh Lemon's graduation concert. It will come out for DVD and Blu-ray, and actually the difference between Blu-ray and DVD is only like 20 bucks. So I think going for the Blu-ray is the way to go. That'll come out July 13th for those of you interested. And now we go on to the graduating members, starting off with Kojima Haruna, who is just like Kashiwagi, a brand ambassador for this company called Fairy, which is actually for contact lenses. If you go to the website, you can see different versions of her eyes there and see exactly how she models in it. So it's pretty interesting to see her doing different stuff like this. Even though she has her own fashion brand, she still goes around and does stuff like this. The hustle, right? And next up is Itano Tomomi, who is going to be a leading actress in a movie called Imagination Game, again, translated title. And it's pretty funny, her character actually plays someone who runs a website and sleeps in a park, at least that's what I read. And she like tries to get revenge because of the husband did something, I'm not completely sure. But it's about these two leading actresses and how they have websites about certain goals that they're trying to attain. It sounds like it should be different from usual stuff we watch, at least in movies. So if you're interested in this, I definitely recommend checking this out. Next up is Kita Harariya, who will be in a stage play. That's right, just graduated and already doing stuff. She'll be in the stage play called Shin Bakumatsu Junjoden. And she will actually play the main character of Okita Soji. This will be at the Kinokuniya Hall at 7th to 30th of July. So go ahead and check that out if you are interested in this. She's actually a long lineage of people who have played this, including our very own Matsui Rena. And next up is a former SKE member by the name of Kinoshita Yukiko, who actually got engaged and pregnant. Kind of coincidental. Yes, but she announced it on her Twitter, and super glad. Go ahead and do the best you can, as I say with all of these members. And the last bit of graduated news is with Fukugawa Mai, who is in a web drama. You can actually watch episode 1 down in the link below. It's super short, it's like 3 minutes long, and it looks like she's in a hospital and she's just reliving how she got in the hospital and how it has to do with this guy. So go ahead and check that out down below. There's like a 2-minute preview of the next episode, and if they're all 3 minutes, then that's kind of spoiling the next episode anyway. But still, go ahead and check it out if you want to check out more Fukugawa Mai. Which, I mean, everybody should, right? Now we go into 46, starting off with Nogizaka46 with their 20th single actually getting to 1 million sales in the first week. In fact, it got so much sales that it actually beat AKB48's Jaba Ja in terms of total sale number in the first week, which is the first time this happens in history, and one of the few people to actually get 1 million in a week. And it only took 3 days, so super glad for the girls. You can thank Shirashimai for that, also Ika Marina for that. And the general overall group, and with their gradual growth, instead of spearheading things, I feel like they've slowly been climbing up the slope in order to know and be able to get to this goal and be able to be consistent with it instead of peaking and then falling down. And talking about peaking and then falling down, we got Nogizaka46. That was a weird segue. Two of their members are actually going on hiatus for a bit. The first member who is actually going on hiatus is Shira Manaka, who we recently seen have a little scandal where she was hanging out with an old friend. You know, he was trying to cheer her up, and Bunshun over there like, oh hey, why were you hanging out with her? He's like, okay, we were just hanging out, we're like middle school friends, I threw a party, Naru was there. I mean, she was feeling down, so I tried to cheer her up. Bunshun. But yeah, she is taking a break for health issues. Doctor says she should take a break. People are suggesting it's sort of like depression. We don't know for sure what it is, so I'm not going to speculate anything. But someone else who's taking a hiatus is Harada Aoi, and she is taking a break for school. I think this is her, if not first year, then second year in high school. So I imagine going into the third year, it would be even more stressful. Or maybe she just had really bad grades and she's like, alright, let me focus for a little bit. And next up, we got Nogizaka46 in a commercial for Meiji. As always, Meiji with Nogizaka commercials, always pretty good. This time it's with 3rd gen. And let me say, if you like the 3rd gen Senbatsu girls making cute desserts, then you will enjoy this. You'll enjoy this. Link for that is down below. That's the only collaboration that's going on. Nogikoi and 7-Eleven are having a collaboration. They even made a cool little trailer for all the little snippets you get in the game if you go to a 7-Eleven in Japan. And I think there's 7 in total. It's a Senpai member with a 3rd gen. And it actually looks really good, and I wish I was in Japan just to watch those movies, because they're like little mini movies and they actually look really cinematic. So I'd go ahead and check out those trailers down below, and hopefully someone uploads them. And next we go into individual members. Let's start off with Wakatsuki Yumi, who's going to be in a drama for a fairly old manga, like probably from the 80s. This is called Kyokara Orewa. And this is basically like sort of a Yankee vibe going on. It's the students who try to become Yankees in order to reimagine themselves or give themselves a new image. And even though she's not playing a main character, she is being more of a supportive character, so go ahead and watch it to support her. This will start airing on NTV October. And then we got the relevant pair after Wakatsuki. Of course, I have to talk about Sakurai Reika, who is going to be in a stage play, and it's a really interesting stage play. The stage play is called Hanshin, and it will actually be based on conjoined twins. One is ugly but smart, and the other one is pretty because it's absorbing all the prettiness from the other twin. See, already a little bit interesting. This is based off a one-shot manga. So this sounds pretty interesting, and hopefully they record it and we're able to see it. Because honestly, that sounds pretty exciting. But if you are in Tokyo during July 11th to 16th, or in Osaka July 19th to 22nd, you can actually go ahead and check it out. Next up is Matsumura Sayori with Shiraishi Mai cooking together. They're cooking Thai food, and it's actually for Amazing Thailand. It's on their Instagram, right? It's on their Instagram. If not, it's on the website. One of those two. Link for that down below again. And it's actually pretty good if you want to see them cook and try to speak a little bit of English, a little bit of Thai in there. Really interesting to see. I definitely recommend checking it out if you like watching cute girls cook food. Next bit is with Nogi-Eigo. As we know, there are new members in Nogi-Eigo, and I actually have little snippets of what they said about their new role as being regular members in Nogi-Eigo. First up, we got Yutan, who remembers appearing with a swollen face. I remember that very clearly. I think she has her wisdom teeth taken out. She also wants to speak English and be cool about it. Ooh. And also she wants to specialize in English in the group and be able to make it more interesting with these new members, as it seems like all of them have an interest in English. Hopefully they won't be as bad as the other 3 members were. Maybe they'll actually learn more. Mai-chun has said that she remembers that she had good listening during the program, even though it was for her the longest since she had an English lesson in school. And also she wants to spread Nogizaka around the world. Hey, Shinichi Mai, you can just, you know, let's collab. I'm trying to do that too. You know, if we collab, more reach. I mean, we get my audience mixed with your audience. You know, we collab. It's just better overall, right? Go ahead and tweet at Nogizaka46 if you want to see that happen. And then we got Higuchi, who remembers her 2 times being on Nogi-Eigo, and remembers it was kind of traumatic because she really couldn't speak that much. So hopefully with her being a regular, she hopes to remove that traumatic experience and be able to enjoy English. So that episode will come out June 24th. It's so far away. but when we see it, we'll be able to see these new members in action. And last bit of news is with Iko Marina, who right after she graduates, which is, I think, when this video comes out, it'll be very soon, like if not that day, then the next day. And actually, on May 19th, she will actually be in a drama in the 5th episode of Osanzu Love. So yeah, pretty cool that she's already doing stuff, like no breaks, just full on in. And that does it for the news this time. Go ahead and leave your comments down below. I read every single one, and I've been doing a better job at replying, so go ahead and leave your comments down below. Love reading those. And go ahead and subscribe, follow me on Twitter, support me on Patreon if you want to see more stuff like this, in order for me just to support me and the videos I do and be able to upgrade stuff. Again, you can go ahead and read the Patreon description if you want to know more about that. You can go ahead and share this video if you want to let people know more about the news that happened these past 2 weeks. That does it all for this week. As I say every single time, thank you all for watching.